Hello friends! Today I'm going to be ranking the coasters at Six Flags Magic Mountain. And a quick warning, I didn't get to ride X2, Ninja, and Superman since it was raining and those weren't open. Well, let's just get into it. At number 12 is Gold Rusher. Gold Rusher is an aero steel mine train with a height of 70 feet. It feels like a long ride despite being not even 3,000 feet. The drops are kind of intense in the back row, but not really. It's an okay family coaster, but other than that, you shouldn't really have to ride it, other than the credit. Number 11, Batman the Ride. Batman the Ride is a B&M steel inverted coaster, and I absolutely hate these. I don't know why I hate them, but I just do. I don't find them intense at all. There's a lot of headbanging, and the drops are way too shallow. But if you've ridden any other Batman the Ride at any other place except for Six Flags Fiesta Texas, because that is an S&S free spin, then you should know what this is. Number 10, Scream. Scream is another B&M coaster, but this time it's a floorless. It's pretty tall, but it has a slight rattle, and that kind of just ruined the entire experience. If it was completely smooth, then I would love this a lot more. It has good inversions. I like those corkscrews at the end, but everything just kind of crawls during the end section. Number 9 is Riddlers Revenge. Yep, another B&M coaster, this time a stand-up. They have a lot of B&M coasters here. But it's a stand-up coaster, and this is my only stand-up coaster, and I did not like it at all. It hurt my legs for some reason, and I don't even know how. I think it was because the blood was just rushing to my feet, which I was not used to. But I rode it once in the front, once in the back. It was bad in both. So, number 8, most disappointing coaster I rode here, is West Coast Racers. I thought that this was going to be top 5. It's only top 8, but I thought it was going to be a lot better. I think it's not as good as I expected because of the shoulder harnesses. I mean, not shoulder harnesses, the seatbelt thing that they have. It doesn't give headbanging, but when it moves into your neck and it just hurts. But the launches are good. First 2 launches are pretty good. There is a high five element right after the launch, and it's insane. It has okay airtime, but eh. Number 7 is Viper, an Aero Mega Looper, and it's actually really good. It's 12 feet away from being a hyper, and you could tell it's insanely tall. And yes, there's headbanging, but I think it's the good kind of headbanging. And if you know how to ride it right, it's pretty well. Well, is that the right word? I don't know. Number 6 is New Revolution. It is a Schwarzkopf steel coaster, and it was the first steel coaster to have a modern loop. Not inversion, because that was corkscrew at Knott's Berry Farm. But this is a really smooth. I like the restraints, the lap bar. I didn't get staples, so I got some airtime on the first drop, but it's just a pretty decent ride. Okay, now we're getting into our top 5. Barely making it in is Goliath. It is a Giovanola hypercoaster, and if you rode Titan over Texas, it's pretty much the exact same thing, except Titan has an upwards double helix, which makes Titan a better ride in my opinion. But this is a hypercoaster. It's 255 feet tall, 0 inversions, really bad airtime, 0, except in the back, on the first drop, there's okay floater. Number 4 is Full Throttle. Full Throttle is a Premier Rides launched coaster, and the loop gives insane hang time. It's an LIM launch coaster, which means it's kind of gradual, but the first launch is really good. And people say that you don't get any airtime on the loop, which I'm okay with. It's just really cool to look and be on top of a loop. So number 3 is kind of an unpopular opinion. Apocalypse. It's a GCI wooden coaster, and it's so fun. In the back, it feels vintage, but it doesn't. It doesn't hurt whenever there's a rattle. I mean, not a rattle, but it's shaky, but in a good way. It feels awesome, and it's probably my favorite wooden coaster that I've ever ridden. Number 2, obviously, Tatsu. Tatsu is my favorite B&M right now. It is a B&M flying coaster, and it's awesome. It's insanely cool how you're just up in the air, and you feel like you're just flying, as in the name. But the pretzel loop, if you're in the back row, well, the back row on this ride is just intense everywhere, but the pretzel loop, it feels like you're just getting squished. Like, it feels like you have to carry, like, a plane. I don't think that's a good analogy, but I guess it works. Number 1, obviously, Twisted Colossus, my number 1 favorite coaster of all time. It's an RMC dueling hybrid coaster. Dueling hybrid coaster. That is a long thing to say, but it's cool. Yes, it's only 125 feet, but the first drop, if you're in the back, just airtime, airtime, airtime. It gives you the most airtime ever. And the Top Gun stall, that was awesome. Just everything in this ride is the best that it could be from Colossus, which was the old wooden coaster that RMC pretty much replaced. And it's just the best. So that's it for all the rides at Magic Mountain that I rode. I was sad that I couldn't ride X2, but I'm okay with it now. Bye.